Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving. I'm getting right back into it here and getting back to some of my aim training. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving myself, spent it with my in-laws. First Thanksgiving that my babies were actually able to be involved in, eat some Thanksgiving Day food. So it was a lot of fun. But now that Thanksgiving is over and we are at Black Friday, and I have a day off from work, we're just going to do some aim training while the babies nap. Here we go. So, as always, the first task is a tracking task to work on your horizontal left or right aim moving. This is the Wuhujin Intermediate Voltaic playlist, which I am just trying to do as often as I possibly can. Daily is the ideal. 5 out of 7 days is like the realistic. Kind of averaging closer to every other day, realistically for me, though. So the first set of tasks is all tracking based. So this first test is just horizontal tracking. The goal is to not anticipate movement, move left and right without going up or down as much as possible. It's important to be able to adjust your aim without affecting your headshot level while you're in game. And that wasn't a great one, but I've had a couple days off, so now that we're warmed up, we're gonna lock in here and have a good round. Sorry, I'm not going to talk a lot this one. I kind of want to get a good run in. And it's a little bit hard to concentrate when I'm focused on what I'm saying. The hard part is with tracking is if you fall behind the target, it's really hard to catch up to it. There we go, crushing it. Getting a decent run in here. It's better than the first one. Could have been better, absolutely, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain. I had a pretty good run there the last couple of times I was practicing, so it just feels bad comparatively. Something that is very helpful for anybody that does do these types of tests themselves, especially with the tracking tasks, is to assign your firing button to something on your keyboard so you can not have an excessive amount of attention in your right hand. Because realistically, this isn't a point and fire task, this is a just tracking task, so I use the Alt on my keyboard on these tasks and just try to keep my hand as loose as possible for my right hand. So the more tension you have in your mouse hand, the worse you're generally going to perform in these tasks and really perform in-game. You want to have a comfortable grip that's loose, doesn't have a lot of tension, something you can, maintain for an extended period of time. Alright, got better with each task, so that's really just a result of the day off. So now we move into the next tracking task here, which adds some verticality. This task obviously adds the verticality and a little bit of a flicking concept to it. The main thing is just really kind of keep your crosshair moving, try to land on get over to the target as quickly as possible once it does the big flick. and try to keep your crosshair like as close to center as possible after you acquire the target change. That was a pretty good run. Can't complain about that one. Really just need to start pushing my time on target up as much as possible. It's really... acquiring the target after teleports faster. Being more consistent with it. The hardest part is when it changes direction after you've acquired target. Like that. Like that. So it's actually very helpful to destroy the target as fast as possible before it teleports, because the less opportunity it has to do a left-right strafe on you, the easier this task is generally. It's the left-right strafing that will kill you more than the up and down bobbing. That was not a great target. The mouse is pretty far away from me right now. I'm in a kind of uncomfortable zone. There we go. I moved my wrist a little bit. That helped. Yeah, maybe that one wouldn't be as good. Alright, so we're into the last task here for the tracking. So within this playlist, there's 4 categories. You start with tracking, then you move on to flicking, then you move on to micro adjustments, and then you move on to moving targets. Within each category, there's 2 different tasks, and each task is repeated 3 times. So 6 total tasks per category. And then you rest for 2 minutes in between the categories. So we're almost done with the tracking. And we start with the tracking because, you know, for people that play more tactical FPSs like Valorant and Counter-Strike, tracking tends to be one of your worst skills because you just don't need it very much in that game. Or either of those games are very low time to kill type games. It's more about crosshair placement than it is anything, but you know, tracking comes into play. Especially in, like, say Valorant, say you play Neon. There are tracking moments. That said, if you're doing a lot of tracking in game, you're probably doing something wrong. Alright, so now we take a 2-minute break. Oh, okay, my eyes are watering, my goodness. Alright. For those of you that don't know me, my name is AG Bassdrop. I am a Valorant streamer. I peaked Ascendant 1 in episode 5. From there I took a little bit of a hiatus and came back right around the beginning of episode 6. Got into the Woohoojin community. Really kind of lost interest in playing ranked, so I started playing in a lot of his in-houses. I joined the Underpeel League Season 1, and had a lot of fun doing that. I basically kind of just stayed at the Diamond after the act reset, and you know, I think I played like a total of 50 comp games for the entirety of episode 6 between Act 1, 2, and 3. From there, I became a dad. I have 2 twins. They are a boy and a girl, and they're 14 months now, and they're absolutely awesome. So I had to take a pretty long hiatus from competitive gaming once they were born, just because, you know, babies are needy and time consuming, and there really wasn't any time to fit in gaming. I mean, I wasn't really gaming at all, but like especially competitive gaming where you can't press the pause button. So now that they're at a place where they're actually like sleeping through the night and they're napping regularly and they're on a pretty regular schedule, I've had an opportunity to kind of start getting back into this a little bit. So I wanted to get back into aim training, and I was doing that pretty much the entirety of summer 2023, and it made me feel really good about my aim and just like my mechanics in game. So I want to get back to that place, not have to really worry about my mechanics so much, get to the focusing on the macro elements of the game, make sure that I'm, you know, playing the game effectively within my role, organizing my team, all of that stuff. So I don't want it to be a situation where it's my mechanics letting me down. I want it to be that I'm doing something dumb that's easily, maybe not easily fixable, but it's like you can identify it and fix it. And it's not just like, oh, you just need to get better, man. You got away with being a bad aimer for too long, and now you can't keep up with the elo you moved to. I don't want to be there. So my account decayed to gold 3, so I do need to spend some time ranking up. I might do that a little bit of that this weekend. Don't know how available my friends will be since it's a holiday weekend, so probably gonna do some solo queuing when I get an opportunity. Maybe after the babies go to bed tonight, I'll be back on and do some solo queuing. But for now, we're in Mex mode. And a lot of this is I'm streaming mostly to create a VOD that I have to review. It's easier than recording a video and then having to encode it and upload it to YouTube. So it's just on Twitch. I can export it to YouTube and I can watch it at my leisure. But anybody that happens to be here, I do appreciate you being here. Feel free to say hello if you have any questions with regards to the playlist. If you are interested in aim training, you don't know where to start, anything along those lines, feel free. Alright, that was pretty slow. We're gonna make up for it here. I'm by no means like the world's leading expert on this stuff, but I know enough to be dangerous. I did the voltaic ranks for a little bit. I think I got up to plat. Working very close to getting diamond, if I remember correctly, and then, you know, I think I really was aiming to push for jade at some point, but you know, again, my babies were born, lost my ability to aim train regularly, and well, here we are, trying to get back into it now. So I do appreciate you being here if you happen to be here, and yeah, we're gonna have a pretty chill stream, just doing my max training in aim labs, and then probably boot up Valorant for a little bit, play a couple of DMs, and go from there. I need to work on applying some of my aim lab stuff into DM. I just need to slow down a little bit and actually... I'm trying to aim too fast right now. I can feel it in a game. If I would just pace myself just a little bit more, and I mean like a split second of pacing, I would be substantially more effective. And not to say that I'm playing poorly by any means, I'm rushing it just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I have more time than I think I do. Alright. Yeah, first flicking test can always be a little weird after doing all the tracking. Hard to be explosive after you just like did something super like steady and kind of slower paced in a way. But yeah, this is what I'm missing in game is the under overflick micro adjustment. I need to focus on doing that. Alright, so that's the first task. Pretty wide flicks, large targets, all the same size targets. Now we get into not quite as large of a flicking zone, but targets of varying sizes, so a little bit more precision involved. But same concept, explode between targets, micro adjust, ideally under flick and making a micro adjustment. But the big key is an explosive flick if they are far apart. If you happen to get a tight grouping, you don't necessarily have to do any explosive flicks, it's just a micro adjustment. And again, this is a slightly more precise activity than the last one, where the last one's a little bit more speed oriented. Just because of the size of the targets involved, spread of the targets, all of that. Yeah, sometimes the hard part is just you do all this mech training and then like applying it properly in game in a scenario where there's a little more stress, you know? It's like, oh well, I have to also move, I have to have some map awareness, have to digest information. But that's why this is valuable, because it kind of do everything in a vacuum and improve your mouse control, build good habits. And then you just have to apply the basic concepts to the game moments. Now, where granted you are focused on quite a bit more and when you're actually in like a ranked game, especially when you need to throw utility, but Yeah, just trying to focus on those tasks here, get a good score. Push my pace a little bit. I do have to check out some Black Friday shopping here, maybe get some of my Christmas shopping out of the way. Not that I have a huge Christmas list this year, but I should go through it and take advantage of any sales that may be available. I kind of bought a Christmas gift for myself that is delayed. I have the Prophetic Move espresso machine on the way, but that got delayed from shipping in December to late January now, so hopefully it doesn't continue to get delayed. I mean, I'll be patient. There's really no other machine in the price range that I like, so whenever it does ship, it's awesome. Just sucks that I have to wait longer than I wanted to. Well, not that I wanted to wait at all, but longer than I thought I would have to wait. Alright, decent run here. That run felt better, but it scored worse. My goodness. I hate when that happens. Oh well, here we go. Make up for that one. Well. Alright, well, I need to take a 2-minute break. Because the next set of tasks is all of the micro adjustments, so this will be all the more tightly grouped targets, and key is you don't need to under flick or over flick. You're supposed to try to land directly on the targets. So this is working on getting your micro flicking zone. So basically, like, I don't know, if you're looking at your screen, anything within like an inch of your crosshair, you should be able to just like move almost perfectly, or with very high accuracy, like 90+% to those locations. And the goal is to like increase that box as much as possible, where it's just like with like very high accuracy, you can adjust and get a kill very quickly, which is helpful because, you know, you have a general idea in a game like Valorant, you know, generally, or at least in the way the rank tends to go, since rounds tend to be pretty fast in most ranked environments. You have a rough idea of where enemies are going to be, where they're likely to be, and then, you know, they might be standing in an off angle, but like, you're generally looking, hey, they're roughly north, they're roughly east, so you just have to make those micro adjustments, which isn't that big of a deal. So that's the key to getting that going good. I've been back at this for, I don't know now, I have to look up my timeline here, but I think I've been doing this for roughly 2 weeks, maybe 3 now. So I'm starting to feel like I'm getting back into it. You know, the muscle memory is coming back a little bit here, and so I've been pushing pushed a couple high scores in a couple of the tasks, getting a little more consistent with some of these tasks again, and really just like day to day in game, it's starting to feel a little bit more just like my aim isn't really a problem. It's not like one day I'm on fire and the next day I'm just like an absolutely ice cold. It's more like I'm generally just doing decent, or it's either I'm on fire or I'm doing decent. I'm generally when I'm doing this, I'm very rarely ever just like ice cold. All right, so that's 2 minutes of a break. So we're gonna get right back into the task here. I'm gonna restart that because the timer already started. Here we go. All right, so again, the key is really just kind of be as fast as you possibly can here. Accuracy is not super paramount here. This is a lot about training speed. You're not really looking for target confirmation as much on this task, because you should just be able to like flick with pretty high precision anyway. And then you're kind of looking for groupings where you can, because it's easier to hit a bunch of targets that are tightly grouped than a bunch of targets that require a bunch of flicking. And now we're getting to the point where none of the targets are getting grouped. There we go. We got some groupings again. Yeah, when they're all like a medium distance away from each other, but it's like actually relatively spread across the board, it's the hardest ones. Alright, that was a pretty good run. This run I've had in a while. This is like the best song on this playlist. This is a Stream Beats playlist. This is the arcade one. Honestly, it reminds me of the Woohoojin stream, which I do kind of miss that he's streaming all the time. Hopefully he's happy getting back to work and doing his thing, but it was kind of part of my daily routine for a long time, so kind of miss him being there. Kind of like a comfort view. But he definitely seemed like he was losing steam there at the end and losing interest in, or at least not having as much fun with it. So hopefully he's much happier. And I am pretty much never interested in actually like streaming anything that's going to really make me money. If I do end up making any money, it's like going to be minimal. Yeah, this is really just for shits and giggles, you know, just like it's because I have the equipment to do it. Makes it easier to make VODs. Every now and then you get to have some interaction with people. But, you know, being a full-time content creator is not really for me. I have a very steady full-time job. I have a family. I've got a dog and a house, a wife I gotta spend time with, you know. It's like, I want this to be a fun hobby that I can choose to ignore at any point without having to feel bad or have it affect my ability to, like, pay the bills. I want to have, like, a relatively normal life. I don't need to be an exceptional human. I'm also never going to be a pro player or anything like that. And I don't want to have to, like if I get tired of playing Valorant, I don't want to have to guilt myself into continuing to play it, you know? Alright, so 1 good run and 2 not so great runs. All good. I'm generally pretty inconsistent with that task anyway. I like this task a lot, just because the pathing and like the target acquisition is pretty obvious. Like, there's 2 targets at a time. Really, only one option for how you're supposed to properly path in this instance, so. And it's a very high precision task. You're supposed to aim to have a pretty high shooting accuracy. And it feels rewarding when you can start doing this kind of fast. Ugh. Not my best run in the world on this, but not the worst. And my eyes are just like on fire today. I wonder if the humidity in my house is low. Should check my hygrometer. Might need to start running a humidifier. Also didn't have the best sleep last night. Yesterday was a long day with Thanksgiving. And while a lot of fun, you know, my kids are also 14 months old and they're walking/running now, and we were in an unfamiliar environment for them. It was not nearly as baby-proofed as our house, and that was exhausting. But I'm glad they had fun and, you know, got to experience Thanksgiving. They were actually excited to see a bunch of people, get to be around a big crowd of people. Got to try Thanksgiving food for the first time. And it was also a better experience for my wife because last year they were 2 months old and she pretty much was just stuck in a bedroom nursing them, and, you know, a very inconsistent nap schedule. We were just kind of subject to their whims last year. This year is a little more predictable and fun, and they could participate more, so I think it was just more enjoyable for everybody all around. And we're also not incredibly sleep deprived at the moment, so that always helps. That's honestly the biggest difference with things being easier with the babies, and being more rewarding as we're not just sleep deprived and the worst versions of ourselves because of it. That first year was, a lot of the first year was really just survival mode, especially with twins. Alright, I feel like I'm getting a decent one in here, although just, as you say that, you miss a target. It was decent. Alright, I need to tell you. Oh, end of that task, so now we're back to another 2-minute break here. But yeah, Thanksgiving was nice but tiring, and I didn't sleep super well. I was like almost too tired, was the problem. Even though I went to bed early. But the rest of the weekend is relatively relaxed. Just gotta clean up the house a bit, start getting the Christmas decorations put up, and try to make the holidays magical for our little babies. That'll be fun for them. But yeah, other than that, I will be streaming when I can, working on my aim lab stuff when I have an opportunity, and I do appreciate anybody that pops in. I have besides that, I will have a choir concert coming up. I joined a community choir again this year. Did it before COVID, and this is the first time I've rejoined since COVID happened, and I'm looking forward to it. It's our holiday concert, and we have two performances, well, dress rehearsals upcoming week, and then our 2 performances the following weekend, and yeah, it's gonna be fun, good time. The downside, well, there's not even really any downside. The only thing that's like hard for me is I was a music major in college, so the general population I was exposed to was generally like very talented, and getting back into a community kind of where it's like everybody's talented, but like there's a difference in just the general tier of talent you're kind of dealing with. It's everybody's excited to be there and like wants to be there, but they're just not quite as capable as I got used to when with college being my last experience, and mostly being music majors that I was surrounded with, or very highly motivated people. So yeah, that's the only challenging thing is like I go in and I'm like not the world's best singer by any means, or even because I wasn't a voice major, but like when you kind of just default to being one of the best people in your department or your section, which I'm a tenor, it could be a little daunting. Oop. All right, so this next task involves moving targets. The key is to lead the targets. One thing I need to personally work on is slowing down just slightly so I don't loop. I have a tendency to loop my crosshair. So I need to just not try to, I almost try to anticipate where the target's going to be rather than just like letting my brain recognize where the target is. And then if you do miss, you don't want to get into tracking mode. You want to readjust so you're in front of the target and then click again. This is a very punishing task if you miss a bunch of times, so part of the reason you don't want to do the tracking, but it's also bad habits because, a game like Valorant or Counter-Strike, you need to get ahead of the target because if you're tracking, you're pretty much always going to be behind it, especially with server lag and all of that. All right, decent first run there. Moving a little bit slower, kind of forcing myself to slow down a touch, just to have a little bit better discipline with my crosshair. But yeah, this first task within this grouping, you're basically just shooting down a narrow hallway. Next task, a little bit more open, a little less claustrophobic feeling. One of the most challenging things is honestly as the targets get close to the edges, knowing where that collision is with the wall. It's because it's not immediately obvious sometimes where the targets are about to collide. You just have to get a feel for it. Yeah, see, I missed the collision there. It caused me to miss the target. a little bit worse, but that was mostly because my aim went down. I'm going to be quiet on this one and focus on getting a good score. Alright, not my best run of this, but it happens. You can have some rough days here and there. Alright, so this one is a little bit more about target priority. Trying to find like decent groupings. But similarly to last task, you want to lead the target. One key with this is you're not looking for like kill confirmation, so if you do happen to miss, you need to flick away basically as if you hit the target almost every time. So if you click, be prepared to flick. If you click, be prepared to flick. For anybody that's relatively new to aim labs, I do recommend changing your default settings because they are generally terrible. Pick some like lower contrast stuff so you don't destroy your eyes. Staring at very bright fields can be a lot. Turn off the sparking, change the sound so it's less annoying. The default sounds are very loud. And especially if you're doing something like tracking, where you're just constantly hearing a ping, it can be very disorienting. Voltaic has like a bunch of helpful instructions on their Discord server if you're looking just for like some guidance on decent settings. But I would just avoid whites and very bright saturated colors if you can avoid it. But it's up to you at the end of the day. Just more if you choose to do this for like 30 plus minutes a day, you're probably going to be like, okay, I don't really want to be staring at the brightest features all the time. And being consistently mediocre with this now. Yeah, today's just not a day I'm pushing my scores very much, but probably should have drank some coffee or something. Haven't had my afternoon coffee yet. I tend to drink coffee twice a day, make espresso. Usually have an Americano in the morning and espresso in the afternoon. It's the weekend, I might make a latte. Although I've been into cortados lately, which have been interesting. Getting the milk texture right for latte art is so annoying. I'm basically learning that I just can't inject air at all in the beginning phases, because I think it's partially because my machine is slow at steaming. It takes so long that air gets injected anyway. So if I like start by adding a lot of air, it's just like completely overdone and whited out. I mean, it's basically just a cappuccino at that point. All right, that was the best one of the day at least. So awesome. Well, that is Aim Labs. So we're gonna get into the Valorant side of this. Close out all of my Steam stuff. Try to have as few things running as possible. And we'll get over to Valorant here. Hopefully there's no patches to download. I feel like every other time I open up Valorant, there's a new patch. Alright, looks like we're good on the 0 patches. Alright, we're just gonna run a couple DMs here, just basically Vandal only the entire time. And I'm just gonna try to have like decent, basically good gunfight hygiene and maintain the mechanics practice that I just did in aim labs and try to apply that within the game. Because what's the point of doing all of that training if I'm not actually benefiting from it, you know? Alright, at some point Valorant will open here. Yeah, it's still on point. We'll get lucky. We'll get lucky. Alright, let's try a different Streamlabs playlist here. I'm trying to find some like new ones. I'm not just always listening to the same ones. Let's Neon. Let's listen to Neon. Also not trying to completely steal the Hooge aesthetic. Need to have my own identity. Alright. Anything good in the shop? Not really. Alright, I'll rock with the Reaver here.
Match found.
Alright. Let's get ready to lock in here. Locking in my caucus to girthy. It's clever. Very, very clever. Clever.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Do the warm up with the sheriff here. Gonna get shot in the side. Yep. That's inevitable. Nope.
We move as a unit, okay?
Alright.
Last thing I
Where's the
need is
closest
some
spawn
hero
here?
spicing things up. Don't give them ground.
I hate starting here. Because you just generally can't get a quick engagement. Anybody heaven? Someone's coming heaven. That guy swung close. Nobody ever does that.
One less.
Nobody ever swings close like that. Alright, the guy was already out in mid. Wasn't really expecting that. He's better. I tagged him. I should have just committed to the spray at that point. Okay. He was just ready for me. Let's say that first bullet fell, he was on the face. Okay. That timing, man. Dude, I get double. How do I get double swung there of all places? It's kind of a lucky kill, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I feel like that guy was running forward. Oh, he's already in a corner to fight me. I didn't think he'd have the angle on me there. This guy's close. I'm holding it like a weirdo. Dude, this guy. This guy's too much.
No more Viper.
He's running away from me.
Sleep tight.
Nope. Dude. Rocking a hard place, man. What the hell? Dude was running at me. How did he get that kill? Dude, what the? Okay. 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 This dude is just spamming shots and getting away with it. Okay. Bro, I was around the corner. And you're just sitting on a box. Cool. Having a good time.
Taken out.
10 kills remaining.
Somebody fight me? Dude, what the? Oh my god, dude. Dude, so many of these guys are just playing this so weird. Ain't nothing you can do if people are gonna play like this. How was that not a kill?
5 kills remaining.
Dude, what the fuck? Ah, the movement error on that was insane.
Enough. Ended. Piss off.
One kill remaining.
No more Viper.
Oh well. Got the 30. Pretty happy with that.
That was good.
Considering how that whole match was going. Alright. Let's try that again. Alright, I need to slow it down a little bit because I was getting some movement error there occasionally. Connie packaging in the face. I feel like I turned it around on this guy towards the end. Yeah, I was doing fine against him. This guy was owning me. I feel like that guy killed me when he was running forward like constantly. This is what it looked like on my screen. Might have to buy the battle pass. I haven't bought a battle pass in a while. Like
Match
the homage
found.
to Mad Max there. right. I need to like again actively micro adjust, do the over aim drill, all of that nonsense. That's what I need to focus on doing.
Death match. Warm up.
That was the over aim drill. Executed to perfection. This guy ran forward. Okay. Bam. Got him. Nothing Evan.
Dominating.
Ooh, that was a nice shot. That one was good.
Occupational hazards aside, I do love how much.
Pretty
we
decent
travel.
warm up.
Fight.
Show them how we fight.
One of these spawning points that kind of sucks. Like I'm just fighting someone that like respawned from a death already.
Hang it up, buddy.
Okay. No, he was a little slow on the swing.
Too slow.
Okay.
Got 3. Hang it up, buddy. Stay down. Got 3.
Better.
Dominating.
Ah, unlucky. Unlucky. What the hell? Alright, I whiffed on that guy.
Got 3.
This guy's really not gonna swing this? What the fuck? Dude didn't turn around. Dude, this guy, this Viper's got on it right now, man. He's crispy. I knew there was a guy behind me. Like, not much I can do.
Dominating.
Good job.
Dude, I have to fight 2 guys in the same angle, basically.
got 3.
Dominating.
Ah.
Chal hai.
Ah.
10 kills remaining.
Swung me just before I was ready for it.
Target down.
Wow, what? Dude was moving forward just to like fight me. Oh, okay.
5 kills remaining.
Luckiest shot of this guy's life.
Not today.
Ah. That wasn't a kill. Oh my god. I thought I killed him.
One kill remaining.
One more. Come on.
Bro, somebody fight me. There we go.
I told you we'd crush them.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's slow to get those fights. Alright. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. I'll take that. Alright, we'll hop on the practice range here. What are we doing on time? Couple of those felt unlucky. Maybe I'll watch it back. Go frame by frame.
My
Maybe
ultimate's
my aim
ready.
wasn't good. I don't know. A couple of those felt like I was
ultimate
like
is
dead
ready.
on, just got screwed. Take it off. Hard bots here. Nope. Oh my god. Alright. Just a hair off here. Ooh, just a hair off. Ooh, what is happening? Oh my god. I started good and then I kind of like fell apart. one more run of this. Then maybe we'll run a swift play. Be done with it for now. Started to feel better there than the last one. Run a Swifty, and then we'll be done with it for now. Maybe we'll hop on later tonight. Let's see, owned and my favorites. I want to run Reaver. I got the Reaver Vandal on. I'll run Reaver. What else I got going on here? Haven't unlocked anything on this, have I? Nope.
Match found.
Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna run our last Swifty here. We're gonna on Pearl. So I used to play Viper on this map, but I don't think I'm gonna play Viper anymore. I already have an Astra locked in. And it's Swift Play, it doesn't really matter. Let's see, we got Movement Duelists. I can basically play anything.
Everyone is afraid of someone. Always the invite right before I can really do anything. But I need to get off and like not be on this game for a couple minutes before my kids wake up. Otherwise I will just be like way too high strung when they do wake up. This game tends to get me running at pretty high intensity levels. But yeah, so we're gonna run our Swift Play here. I don't normally run Fade on this, but honestly, just because someone basically insta-locked Astra, we're gonna give it a go, see how it goes, and go from there. Where's the long loading? Ba ba da 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 ba dee doo 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 doo.
Check that omen, okay? Those boys gonna try and sneak behind us, fam.
Alright, so we already have a DC. It's not really a position I can play and actually get out of.
Feel like this is the better spot to start.
I'll find you.
Enemy spotted A.
I'll pick up here.
Enemy A. Let's go. Someone's there.
Bring them down.
Go get him, buddy.
They're still pretty committed to this.
Try again.
Spike down A.
For you. Where are you? Marked one.
Deadlock is
One enemy remaining. A.
Don't worry. I did all the work.
crazy. This shit.
That's a win in the bag.
All right, I'll live with that.
Let's fly.
I'll find you.
Enemies are B.
That's why we aim train, boys. It's the pistol rounds.
Stay down.
Anybody watching their flank?
Fought well.
Seems like no.
So much for recon.
Last player standing.
Take them! My ult bring them down. Mark two.
One enemy remaining.
Kill. You were so. Where are you?
I get crazy.
Race into the spike site.
Chugga-dugga-dugga-dugga-dugga. I knew where the last guy was. Yeah, these guys are not playing super well, but
I'll find you.
On my mark.
Bring them down. Here.
Spike down A.
We'll catch them.
Last player standing.
where's my team? I couldn't look at my mini-map.
One enemy remaining.
Dizzy's up top. Shot her. Flash is ready. That's right. You tell him.
Last round in the half.
Equip yourselves, so money day, fire. Spend it. Oh, eternity blesses us.
The hunt begins.
Watching here.
Enemy B.
Where are you?
Enemy spotted B.
Bring them down. They're blind with fear. Take hold. Rocky sight.
enemy remaining.
Dude. Fight up! Fight up! Oh my god. Too easy. 13 and 2 and 4
Switching
rounds.
sides.
That's pretty solid.
Match point.
Is this too easy? It feels easy.
Yeesh. Does feel too easy.
Reloading.
Does feel too easy.
You can have Spike. Astro.
Got that. March through them. Here.
Where are you?
Dizzy's up! Somebody's there!
Reloading.
Found one. Spike down A.
Obscuring concealment.
There.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Attackers win.
We won, they lost. This is the way of things.
Oh, that was a pretty strong swift play. Pretty happy with that. All right, everybody. Well, anybody that tuned in, I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day if I don't get back on. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. All right, have a good one.